Alrighty, good day to all you glorious Rascallion Resonators, you absolute legends. The name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves, and wherever you're at, hopefully you're having a terrific, fantastic, amazing day. So, welcome to the video. Today's topic of conversation is going to be based around that there is still certain groups of people that is hating on Wuthering Waves, but they're really upset because 1.3 has showcased a complete side of Kuro Games that I don't think a lot of people was expecting, and I want to talk about it. So if you're interested, take a seat at the bar, grab yourself a cold one, kick your feet up. Everyone here, we're friends, and let's get into the conversation. Alrighty, so like I stated, we have, whether they're Hoyleverse people, whether it's people who's never played Wuthering Waves, whether it's just people from Twitter, Reddit, whatever group they come from, there is some vile upset people. And we actually talked about this on the live stream last night for a good bit, because with the 1.3 broadcast that came out, it showcased, I think, a different side of the developers than what most gacha game developers actually do, in my personal opinion, okay? And look, I haven't played that many, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played that many gacha games in my lifetime, but the ones I've played, they weren't really, how can I put this, friendly with players. They were friendly with whales, people who spend quite a bit of money, but they weren't friendly with the average player, the person who actually plays the game, if that makes sense. So what I'm getting at is that Kuro Games in the 1.3 broadcast for showcasing what's coming up with their most recent update here, 1.3, and what is going to be happening, legitimately, I think, showcase their passion, their true intentions, not to just people who spend money on Wuthering Waves, but to the players that play the game. That they completely understand, the hardships that's going on, the quality of life changes that the game does need, and they're listening. And I was impressed. I was very well impressed by that entire live stream. We reviewed it, and like I stated in that stream, is from the review that I did, is that Kuro Games has done something, in my personal opinion, that not many developers do, and even Soul-like games don't fucking do this shit, okay? Kuro Games is listening to the feedback, not just like sending out a survey and just listening to a survey. You can tell that they're listening to, online criticism. They're listening to people on Discord. They're listening to people on Reddit. And they're even listening to the people on Twitter and such. Because some of these quality of life changes, was never in a survey. It was never provided into a survey. They just did it. And it showcased that developers like this is like sitting there, reading this stuff and adding this into a checklist and say, look, we need to add these changes when we get a chance. And the way that they presented it in that entire stream was not like some condescending, I'm better than the player type developers, but we are going to make these slight changes here. These are people that says, look, we have optimization issues that's going on. We have a schedule that we are going to be releasing this periodically to make sure that we always are improving the game as much as possible. And they're talking in this camera to you, to me, to everybody who plays Wuthering Waves, not technical garble and just trying to confuse people and tell we can't do this, it's too hard or something. These are people that says, look, we're going to do our best for you, we're going to showcase. And that is where I think that a lot of people were who does not like Wuthering Waves was upset, because they're thinking in their mind that this is just like any other gacha game in a sense. It's not. Like I said, I haven't played too many gacha games in my lifetime, but this is like, I've played different games where I've tried to, talk to developers in a sense, like provide feedback in some way, whether it's like a Discord or whatever, just to get my voice heard. and it goes nowhere. Here, I legitimately, you know, if I go post something, I actually think that it gets legitimately hurt, because like one of the changes that I said in this game, and it looks like they are working on that actually, is that this game needs an end game. This game needs something more with the co-op aspect than anything else. And guess what? We're gonna get something like the elusive depths, in the sense to where it's going to be a co-op feature that is basically a boss rush, a boss mode, you know, for us to go run together as a group of people and just have fun. And that is exciting as shit to me, and I'm hoping that, you know, I'm pretty sure it's a limited time event, but I'm hoping that's something that, you know, Kuro Games will see and say, yeah, this needs to stay permanently, and just be like reset like every 2 weeks or every month or something, like the reward package for it. But it's showcasing a lot from Kuro Games, like I said, of just how amazing of developers and how humble they are, and they're working to try to make sure that we are satisfied with this product. And what else can you ask from developers like that? You know, what else can you ask? I mean, people from Hoyo, from Genshin that I know of, and I've talked to people who've played Genshin, they're still asking for certain things that has not happened. You know, they provided the surveys and they've asked for this change and that change, and you know what? It's a mass majority and they still don't listen. I'm sure that, you know, there may be some technical reasons why it cannot happen, but you know, they still don't have the changes that they are looking for in some cases. WutheringWaves, you can see night and day, in my personal opinion, how these developers are. And I don't think people really understand, you know, these people who are mad and everything don't understand that this is a good thing. You're just upset because what? Your game doesn't do this? Your developers are not listening to you? Is that what the problem is? I mean, it is what it is. But I don't think you can hate on the game. You can keep saying that this game's gonna go bankrupt and everything, because like, look, I'm gonna tell you something else. You know, a lot of people like to say that, you know, oh, Kuro Games is losing funding and all this other stuff. Like, look at the gacha revenue, blah, 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 and think they know everything. But they don't understand that you saw if you saw the 1.3 broadcast, you saw a budget. You saw Kuro Games is cooking, right? And they're doing it slowly, right? They're not going as fast as you know, a lot of people may like it, but they're going, and that's a good thing. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes down to gaming, I'd rather games be delayed a lot of times, and games, you know, truly work to make changes and be the best there possibly is. So if that means like, hey, this game's got to be delayed an extra 6 months or a month in the case scenario to make the game absolutely the best it possibly can be, I'm all fine with that. And you know what? That's the kind of way I see, like with Kuro Games, is that in all honesty, you know, this 1.2 update that some people were upset about and was trying to use it, weaponize it to say that this is the end of Kuro Games, did not realize that what we saw with 1.3 is an amazing achievement. It is a beautiful update. You know, I'm going to say it like this. The way that they worked this 1.2, oh man, if you gotta do more updates like 1.2 in the future, you know, just some slow filler updates, do it. Because if you're gonna make updates like 1.3 to where you're gonna listen to people, you're gonna put in controller support, you're gonna make the quality of life changes to the ecosystem like everybody was complaining about, and you're going to cook like you cooked, bro, I want my tummy filled. I could starve for a little bit. Okay, I can starve for a little bit and I can just be waiting for something this gorgeous to happen. I'm just, it's so mind-boggling and it's so confusing to see people that I saw it on Twitter, a couple of different fucking postings like this, like on Twitter, people just, you know, still hating on Kuro Games, saying, well, now, like, what was it? What was it? It was like one person was saying that, you know, yeah, you got a good 1.3 update, but why didn't you get a good 1.2 update? You see, Kuro Games don't know how to do updates. Different things that's like being stated like that, and it's just like, bro, you know, chill, relax. Like, if you don't like the game, like, look, I'm gonna put it like this: If you're a person who's watching this video right now and you don't like WutheringWaves, you really don't like it, don't fucking play it. That's advice I can give to you and to anybody out there who does not like this game. Don't play it. You prefer ZZZ? Good. Go play ZZZ. I think ZZZ is an amazing game as well. You don't have to go ahead and hate on bullshit just because you don't like, you know, that you don't like what's going on. To us, I think to the people who actually is playing WutheringWaves every single day, to the people who's doing their dailies every single day, to the people who's looking at content, that's looking at different builds, that's actually enjoying the fucking game every day, you know what? I think that we can all agree that with the 1.3 update broadcast, that it has showcased a lot of, you know, it has actually not showcased, it has actually resolved a lot of fears that we had because you guys brought this kind of stuff up to us. Like, oh, you know, the end of life is coming for Kuro Games with WutheringWaves because they're not doing well with their updates and everything. And you know what? Some people actually believe that. And then when you see the fucking 1.3 update, you could be like, oh, hell no, man. They're cooking like son of a bitches here. They're cooking. And guess what? That's why you're full of shit. Okay? That's why these people are just complete full of shit. Because they don't see what we can see. We understand that in this game, it takes time to get things right. It takes time to fix things. And you know what? I am so glad because you have... I'll end it like this. You have some places out there, some gacha games that I have experienced and some other games I've experienced, that they don't legitimately talk to the players. Like, they only pick a select group of people to talk to, and that's what they call like their VIP program. These are people who spend the most money in the game, that, you know, not play the game, spend the money. And that's the only ones that they get a viable like construct from. They get a viable idea from, be like, hey, what kind of changes you want for the game? They don't go talk to you, the free-to-play player, you know, some of these gacha games and some of these developers, and ask you, hey, look, you free to play and everything else, what do you think about the game? They don't really do. Kuro Games, I believe, showcased in 1.3's update that, guess what, they don't listen to a certain group of people, they listen to everybody, because some of these changes was not from a content creator program. It was not from the idea of, you know, closed beta players. There's some stuff that was asked for in this update for quality of life changes that was done by normal, regular, free-to-play players, and Kuro Games, you know, looked at those suggestions. You could see, and they took it into consideration and they added it. They didn't just say, okay, we're only going to talk to the people who play the game, you know, and spend money. We're only going to talk to our closed beta players. They looked at the Discords. They looked at the Twitter. They looked at the Reddits. They looked at you. They looked at me. They looked at different content that's out there. And they did this. And it gives me, you know, a true bright hope. A true bright understanding of what the future of WutheringWaves is going to be like. And legitimately, I am so psyched for it. So, whether you hate, you know, WutheringWaves, you hate Kuro Games, or whether you love them or you like them, I think that we can all agree that the 1.3 broadcast was one of the best broadcasts, one of the best update information that I have seen for a game in a long time. And was presented very, very, very well. So, tell me what your thoughts is down below. Did you like the 1.3 broadcast? Do you see what I'm seeing? That, you know what? I think it's more that people are just upset at the fact that, you know, Kuro Games is listening to their players, not just certain groups. You know? Tell me what your thoughts is. Leave that comment down below. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike it if you have some criticism. And leave that criticism down below in the comment section as well. And along those lines, if you really want to talk to me directly, or you want to, you know, be part of a small little community that we're creating, Discord link is in the description down below. Go ahead, click that. Come join our Discord. You know, and otherwise than that, you guys have yourself a terrific fucking day wherever you're at. And keep it classy. Keep it jazzy, and always keep it real. Catch you on the flip side. Have a great day.